Hello, everyone, and welcome to Go-to-Market AI, the future of go-to-market tech stack. I'm your host, Sarah McConnell. These days, it seems like every company has AI, but on this show, we want to go a level deeper so you can see firsthand how businesses are actually applying AI to solve your business challenges. We're going deep into the use cases and showing you live demos of the latest and greatest in AI technology. Today, I'm joined by Ben Davis, Head of Revenue at Coefficient. Ben, welcome to the show.
Sarah, great to be here. That was an awesome intro. That gave me goosebumps. That was great. That was powerful. Now I'm excited. I'm coming to you from our new Coefficient Global Sales Headquarters here in Austin, Texas. We just got a new office space here, so I'm taking one of the conference rooms for a spin, and let's hope it goes well. I'm really happy to be here.
Very cool. Thank you so much. So first of all, Ben, can you tell me a little bit about who is Coefficient? What do you guys do? And then who are you helping in the market?
Yeah, Coefficient is a Series A SaaS company, classic venture-backed SaaS company. We're about 50 people now. We did our Series A about a year and a half ago. Our product is really, really simple at the core, which is aiming to get data from your business systems into spreadsheets. That's the deceptively powerful workflow. And I think anyone who works in spreadsheets for their job, which is many people, will immediately see the value that Coefficient can provide to them. We work with a range of companies all the way from startups. Qualified has been a big, happy, long-term customer of ours. Shout out to Kieran on your RevOps team for that. But we work with everyone from venture-backed startups all the way up to large Fortune 100 companies. We see this problem as a really universal problem and an opportunity for us to really insert ourselves in that space. And we've also really invested in AI over the last year in particular, alongside our initial spreadsheet capabilities.
Amazing. Well, you mentioned it. We are happy customers. I know our RevOps team gets a ton of value out of Coefficient, but I have not seen a demo in a long time. So I'm really excited to jump into the demo and see for myself and show all of our viewers what Coefficient can do.
Yeah, let me hop into it here. I think I have my screen already up. And to your point, we have really grown a lot as a product in the last year. The website now mentions that we're on Excel. We were on Google Sheets entirely up until about a month ago. So really exciting for us to launch formally on Excel. Almost 500,000 happy users in the Google and Microsoft app stores there. We launched on Product Hunt with our new Excel launch a month ago. We're number one product of the day. So lots of good momentum here. But today I'd love to dig into AI in particular. I've got a hopefully great demo here for you all, kind of walking through some of our core features here, and ultimately tying together a few things in how we do AI. Just to set the stage for us and what I'm about to show you here, our product lives in spreadsheets. And so we live as an extension to either Google Sheets or Excel. In this case, I'm really comfortable with Google Sheets. So I'm going to demo from Google Sheets here. I'm going to show you a few things. So first off, I want to show you how we've enabled people who don't know SQL to query their SQL databases, in this case, Snowflake, using natural language. It's a really powerful workflow for people who want to access data from a SQL database but don't know how to write SQL. From there, we'll go into some of our Salesforce importing functionality and how we plot an ICP. And then we'll also tie it together with some of the Slack alert functionality that we've been investing in lately. But let me kick it off here. So I'm in a blank or a slightly populated Google Sheets. And to launch Coefficient, I'm just going to go up here to the sidebar and or to the extensions tab and launch the tool here. First thing we want to do is actually pull from our Snowflake demo database using natural English. And again, one of the things we see frequently, we serve business users who may or may not be technical. Our primary personas are RevOps, data teams, marketing and finance teams. Many of those people do know how to write SQL, but a lot of them don't. And so one of the things we wanted to do with AI was enable people to pull from a SQL database using plain English. So let me go to Snowflake here. You'll see you can query with custom SQL, query directly from your DB. But I'm going to select this GPT SQL builder here. Let's let it load here. I've already got the copied query that I want to run, which I think is helpful here. But I really just want to know, very simple, I'm a RevOps person. I want to know top 10 accounts by number of deals won. That's a relatively basic SQL query, Sarah, but I think for someone who doesn't know SQL, doesn't know the syntax of a database, that can take a little bit long to learn. So I'm just going to click Generate SQL here. And our tool is going to do its thing, hopefully spit out the right answer here. And from here, you see it provided a great response. We can account ID, count, number of deals won from opportunities where 1 equals true. grouping by account ID, sort by the number of deals won. Looks pretty accurate to me. Let's look at this preview here. Looks like we're getting what we want. I'm actually going to go ahead and import that. So let's just query that and import that into the tab here. If I wanted to go one step further, I think I demoed it here, or I had it pulled up to demo here, but adding a column for some of the accounts won, if I want to change the first column to the account name, you can really get crazy with it. Let me go back to this example tab here. The whole goal of our product is to make key data accessible in spreadsheets here. I had another query that I ran right before this where I was pulling in the number of deals won. I was grouping it by country, summing the number of deals won. And because it's in your spreadsheets there, we're seeing that people really get access to that data in the medium that they're most familiar with. You get a lot of people in Salesforce, Snowflake, HubSpot who don't like the reporting capabilities of those tools, and they want to really get that data in spreadsheets. So that's the first part here. I really wanted to kind of just show how we can have immediate time to value with a GPT to SQL AI Power Builder querying Snowflake directly using Coefficient.
Yeah, that's amazing. To your point, if I'm just dangerous enough in Excel and spreadsheets and just dangerous enough in Salesforce to break things, but not to really build anything good. But how fast are you able to do that? I'm like, oh, if I wanted to build that report in Salesforce, like, yeah, I could do it, but it's not going to have it in the best output. And it's not going to be in the best place for me. And to get it into a Google Sheet, I would have to know SQL, which I don't. That's not, to manage in perspective. It's not on skill. But I've been able to do stuff like this using Coefficient. It's so fast and it's simple to bring in this data that I need to know for my day-to-day job. So yeah, it's cool to see and how fast and easy it is.
Yeah, and then once you have it in here, obviously there's a power of Coefficient behind it. You can do things like set the refresh schedule. Maybe I want this report to be live every day at 6 a.m. or weekly. You can obviously go in and edit that custom SQL. We do also allow you to write back to your source tool if I wanted to actually maybe edit some of those rows in Snowflake. That's a less common workflow, but people are editing things in Salesforce, HubSpot with our tool all the time. You can configure writebacks. I'll actually show those in a second here with another tool. But let's just start this query. Let's kind of back out. Again, the main value prop of Coefficient is being able to combine data from multiple tools here. Just showed you all a Snowflake demo. Wanted to take this one step further and use our AI features to do a little bit of data hygiene and data analysis. I think it's a very common flow for both marketing and sales to take a data set, scrub it, clean it, make it usable, clean it up a bit. That's historically a very manual process. What I went ahead and did was pull in from Salesforce, again, using our tool, just a dummy set of contacts. We have imaginary people at accounts. So we've got, recognizable names here, but completely made up roles in those accounts. And for this part of the demo, I actually wanted to show our GPT-powered formulas. And in this case, I'm trying to, let me exit out of this sidebar so we can see better, trying to kind of scrub this billing address. So I have this column, it's kind of messy, it's not formatted right, like everyone's different. It's just a little clunky. And I really want to tie that to a region, in this case, the city, the country, and then I want to summarize the details of those contacts. So I'm using our GPT-powered formula here, pull up the region name, pull up the country, and then the cool step here that I think is really powerful for anyone in RevOps who's watching is scoring these leads. And so actually you have this ICP score. If we go to our tab over here, we're powering that ICP score in the other tab with actually GPT formulas. In this case, we're referencing the website. We're looking up and we're telling these GPT formulas to write a value proposition for that website. Nothing on here is inputted by me or Frank. It's all pulled by AI from this website. So it's querying coefficient.io, pulling the value prop, also pulling the ICP, which is pretty amazing. So it's going and summarizing what it sees on that website, pulling in information about this. This is pretty accurate. It looks like finance, marketing, BI, data scientists, business owners, operations, really accurate profile. And then we go back over here and it's taking that input and it's trying to fit this person, in this case, Cynthia Hesselwood at acme.com. She's a BI manager, trying to fit Cynthia into a ICP, gives her a score 7. Let's go ahead and drag these formulas down. And again, we're pouring these GPT formulas. They're pulling from our tool into the GPT database and trying to fit these contacts into an ICP. See, we get some summarized details, some countries, some ICP scores. few fits here. So we've got Uber, we've got a mechanic, we've got RevOps manager, consultants, fashion designers, pretty good fits. And I'd say just to eyeball it here, retail, yeah, that's not as much a common fit for us. So it's good to see that score at 6. 10, manufacturing, that's a pretty good fit. Senior analyst, it's a pretty good fit. So pretty good job by the formulas here to fit into an ICP for us here. And again, it's all powered on the back end by these GPT formulas.
Yeah, this is really cool because I think what always gets me with ICP formulas, if you talk about like MQL scores or anything like that, is it's kind of you taking a stab in the dark. Like it's you kind of guessing, you know, your ICP, but like you're kind of making the formula up. So to your point of like, even if these GPT formulas can get you most of the way there, and like what you just did is so much easier. Like just scroll through this and eyeball them and say like, oh yeah, this is pretty right. Like it's getting you so much farther a step in the right direction versus you trying to think of the right, not only formula, but like, okay, how many points do I give for title versus how many points do I give for country? And like, I weight them. Like this is going to do most of that work for you. And that is usually such a time-consuming process. So yeah, that ICP score I can see where that would definitely come in handy.
Yeah. And I think, you know, we've gotten more use, I think, to using things like ChatGPT in our day-to-day as well as our respective tools. And there's always that human element in it. And you're never going to get 100% of the way there with the pure AI formula, but you can cut out 95% of the manual work, at least that saves your time. To really take this one step further, I wanted to showcase another power of our tool, which is being able to export things back to Salesforce. In this case, I have this ICP, I have the region, the country, details. Those 3 columns are probably already in Salesforce. But if I want to take that ICP score and edit it in our Salesforce instance, that either requires a typical tool like a data loader or going and doing it manually in Salesforce. You can actually export directly to Salesforce from Coefficient here. So I've set it all up. I've mapped the fields, contact ID, ICP score. And with one click, I can automatically update all my records in Salesforce with that AI-powered ICP score. So again, so easy for RevOps or BDR manager or sales manager, or really anyone to get to a high confidence value and then act on that in their tool of choice, in this case, Salesforce.
So cool.
Yeah. And then final thing here, I kind of want to bring this full circle. We've done a demo. We've pulled data with Coefficient. We've exported it. We've done AI formulas. We've done AI summaries, GPT, SQL to English to SQL. Want to bring this full circle because we really see RevOps teams today trying to give their teams better usage of data in the tools that they're in all day long. For us, the CRM, it's also Slack. It's also some other tools. But I wanted to set up a Slack alert here. And you see I have this automations in my sidebar here. And I set this automation up to look at this sheet. And whenever we have a new ICP score above 7, so again, whenever something matches to whoever might be a great ICP for our product, I told it to send an alert to our Slack channel. I actually have that up right here. And yeah, actually it went just a few minutes ago when we updated that. It sent the alert in here. This is really customizable. So I just have this showing all the rows here. But if you wanted to highlight a lead or highlight, Cynthia at Uber or Acme, wherever she was, you could set that up. And you could really automate this. Our tool lets you pull in the data, automate that pull, automate the refreshes, automate the formulas. Our goal is to really let you set it and forget it. And again, ultimately get that data in all the systems that your team is using and loving on a day-to-day basis. Full circle demo here. Wanted to go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we use one of the things that we've really enjoyed using Coefficient for, and I think just for any marketers that are listening to this episode and giving it that full circle moment, is we pull a lot of our data out of Salesforce into Google Sheets, and then we use it to fuel, like we run a pipeline council every Friday. It's like a big thing for us. It's where our marketing and sales get together. We talk about how pipeline is performing. We look at all this data for the week, for the quarter, for the year, and we use Coefficient a lot by pulling the data out of Salesforce and then building all of these tabs and building our our charts and everything off of that data, and then having it linked into a Google slide that we then run pipeline council off of. Talked about the automations. It's so easy for our RevOps team where they just have it one time. That data is automatically updated every single morning, and it's automatically updating those charts. So there's very little, it used to be such a manual process. When we were much smaller, I was very involved in that manual process every week of trying to look at that data and how do we get it out of Salesforce into a Google slide and how do we run that really effective pipeline council. And having this integration with Coefficient, I know has just made it such a much more painless process for our team. And it's easy to then to visualize it for us. So yeah, that's a use case that we've definitely found a lot of value from.
Yeah. And I'll just hop out of this tab here in a moment, but you could easily have a chart here. This could refresh from Coefficient. It could be linked to your sheet. You click refresh. Hours back in your week. That's what we're trying to do. Really just help you get that time back. That's my demo. Happy to show anyone more if they reach out, but I could showcase some of the powers of Coefficient.
Well, thank you so much for taking us through the demo. Ben, if you are ready, I would love to jump into our Q&A section. First question is, how long have you been building AI into Coefficient?
Yeah, about a year. It's April 2024. So about a year, I think. What did ChatGPT come onto the scene? About a year and a half ago. Feels like it's been here a while, but it's pretty new. But yeah, we started shortly thereafter. We've gone incrementally. We initially launched an AI-powered chart builder for things like charts and pivots and all that sort of stuff. And then we've steadily launched new things since then, but we've been working on it for about a year.
Amazing. And then is what you showed today, is all of that available to Coefficient customers?
Yeah, it is. And if you're not a Coefficient customer, you can sign up, get a free pro trial. Anyone who signs up gets a trial of our pro plan, which gives you all those features. All those AI features are available to everyone. We don't gate them. They're not an enterprise plan. They're available to everyone.
Amazing. And then who are some of the current customers that are benefiting from Coefficient?
Yeah, we have an amazing set of customers that I feel so thankful to work with every day. And we get great new customers on board all the time. Again, all the way up from small, scrappy 2 to 5 person startups. We've been working with a lot of customers in the Gen AI space recently, all the way up to the Fortune 100. Some of our most notable customers, we have case studies with them on our website. Miro, their RevOps team, uses Coefficient to really power a lot of their hypergrowth. They're just such a rocket ship of a company. Klaviyo, we also have a great case study up on our website with them. They used us all the way from early days, pre-IPO, but they're now a public company, massive success. Twilio, Unity, Docker, Spotify, those are former logos that we list on our website there. But again, it spans the gamut from small startups all the way up to large, sophisticated companies.
Amazing. And then my last question for you is, what's next on Coefficient's AI roadmap?
Yeah, I think I could share most everything. I think that really just going back to the core of what we want to do, ultimately we want to get data in key business systems into a really usable format. For us, that has typically been a spreadsheet interface, but also I showed you all, it's also Slack, and it's also being able to edit that data back in your business systems. And ultimately, AI is a really empowering tool for democratizing access to that type of data because it lets people, again, continue on our theme, which is enable business users to make better use of that data without highly technical skill sets or going through the data team. So you could see us really investing in a lot more spaces in this theme. I think something that would be really great to do is being able to naturally query, kind of like I did with Snowflake there, but what if you could query all of your tools? And so if I said, what are my top 10 accounts, and also show me all our Gong recordings and also give me the number of outreach emails we sent them. And if we can magically stitch together your HubSpot instance with all your Gong calls, with all your outreach sequences and get that one picture, you might be able to do that if you went to your data team, but it would require SQL, it would require a lot of work. If you could just query that with plain English, how powerful would that be for sales, for RevOps, for marketing, for everyone? So that's one area we'd like to invest. Probably lots more as well, but I think that's top of mind for us at the moment.
Amazing. Well, Ben, thank you so much for joining us on the show today. It was great to have you. That was such a fun demo. So thank you so much for joining us.